Hey guys, welcome back to my channel at natassiar1. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to parasite cleanse naturally using foods and herbs from your local grocer and retailer. So stick around as we get into it. So guys, what are the symptoms of having parasites and worms? I know it's a very uncomfortable topic to talk about, but it is something that needs to be addressed, okay? So I've had parasites and worms throughout, well, not throughout, but at points in my life. And these are some of the remedies today that I've used. But what are the symptoms? So when I had a parasite infection or parasitic infection, I knew something was wrong with my body. I was tired all the time, so I had extreme fatigue. I had hot flashes, and I'm not even 35, so there's no ways it's menopause. And I had diarrhea. It had elements of like food poisoning symptoms. It felt very fluish or flu-like. And I would just feel drained all the time, either extreme hunger or not hungry at all on certain days. And this continued for a while. So I would recommend doing a blood test with your local specialist or GP. Go in, or a stool test, and check whether you have parasites or worms. And if you have an infestation, I think always check with your local GP before you try any of these remedies. Even though it's natural, you need to make sure that it's in line with your body and what your body can tolerate. So how do you get a parasitic infection? So I was traveling a lot into Africa for work across 14 countries. And so through my travels, I obviously ate food that was not properly cooked, and that's how I actually acquired a parasitic infection. So some of the common ways of getting it is either through food contamination, water contamination, undercooked meat, specifically pork, fish like sushi, but that may result in food poisoning like salmonella, which is even worse, and dead